Girl, hey, where in the world is me?
Where in the world is Eileen Galvin?
Where
In
in the
her
world is...
basement.
Yeah.
We love it, girl. Yols. Incognito energy.
Yeah.
No one pulls off rings over the gloves like Eileen Galvin.
Thank
Stick
you.
with it. Cheers. Happy belated National Coming Out Day.
We're gay! Congratulations. We're gay and we're alive. We're still alive. That's an accomplishment in and of itself.
We did it. And we hope you did it too. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Dish. Spooky season. I can't really get this. I'm trying to do like an 80s ghost thing. I wore like a gold bra, but it doesn't stay off the shoulders. And then I go like grab my wine, and then I look like I'm in a turtleneck, and we're just going to make it work. And anyway, girl.
I love when a scoop neck evolves into an off-the-shoulder moment.
It does. I'm trying. This is actually a crop top that is literally so short it is not a crop top, and I don't get to wear it unless we're on video. So tell me what you're wearing. Who she is, where's she from?
Well, you know, I'm in disguise. I'm in disguise tonight. I don't want to be recognized. So I put on a little wig and I put on a little fedora, which is not...
Yes, a small feat.
Yeah, I don't know if that's typically the energy for me, but I love it when a fedora becomes femme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the queerness of that. So,
I do love... A fedora is a very gender fluid hat.
Thank you. I think so too.
Yeah.
Red gloves, which we've talked about before. These were actually my grandmother's, so I feel kind of close to her when I wear them. And this this beautiful cape, Little Red Riding Hoe. This beautiful cape I got from it was a gift actually, and someone found it at the antique mall on Como and High in Clintonville.
Girl, that was made for you.
Thank you. And let me pull the frame back. Let you get a good look here.
Ooh, I love a high-waisted pant.
Yeah, I love a palazzo pant. I think they're very dramatic, especially if you got some stems to work with, you know? And a matching self necktie, which I think is a dying art. I love it when fabrics are coordinated in unexpected ways.
Love it. Oh my God. I think this might be one of my favorite looks on The Dish.
Really? Thank you. I think it's kind of like...
I love it.
It's kind of like It's a fusion between Dick Gumshoe and like the sexy woman who walks into the PI office. You know what I mean? If they were one person, I feel like it would be this.
She's like, fuck it, I don't need your help. I'm doing it myself. Give me your pants.
Yeah, I'm doing it myself. Where's my purse? You know? Yeah, exactly. Ladies, we can't have it all.
We can't have it all.
So happy Spooktober.
So I love it. I love this time of year, but I hate, and I know this is absolutely controversial. What do you say? Controversial.
Yeah, Trixie Mattel says controversial yet brave.
Yes, but I really grew up because my birthday was right around Halloween, hating Halloween because every year for Halloween it had to be my theme. So like every year for Halloween, if like it was like, all right, you're gonna throw a birthday party, like it's pumpkin themed or skeleton themed or witch themed, and then the next year like. So pumpkin theme.
So we're a pumpkin again. Oh, thank you, Dom. Dom says I love that cape. So good. It's good to see you, Dom.
Oh, hi, Dom. So did you dress up when you were little?
Oh, girl, that Halloween was my excuse to cross-dress with impunity.
Yo!
And, trans women, get in the chat because this is a very similar story.
Get in the chat!
This is a very similar story, and they were always obscure, nerdy things. Like, I want to be that villain from episode 52 of Sailor Moon. You know what I mean? Like, no one knew who I was, but she wore a leotard, and it was, like, kind of weirdly, it touched something in my young self.
Right.
So, yeah, there was a lot of... I was Katana from Mortal Kombat because I was very interested in, like, violent video games, but also high femininity. So that's how you... Like, that's how you do crazy things.
That's really interesting.
Like,
I wanted to be... My mom, at a very young age, let me be Morticia Addams in a pretty, like, tight costume. And I still think that's my aesthetic. Like, I think we can agree that's still my aesthetic. Like...
Yeah.
Pretty consistently.
Strong choice. I mean, girl, you and I are both winters, so like, hey, jewel tones, black, gold. We like a gold jewelry, you know?
That's what we can do. Yeah, I think my biggest mistake was like, my sister and I have completely different like skin complexions. Hers is much more like like the Irish side, and I have like the Spanish and Italian.
She's definitely a summer. She looks really good in bright colors.
She does, and she looks great in silver. So like I'd always steal her jewelry, and it always just kind of made me look like I have jaundice. The silver just kind of brings out the yellow in my skin.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So love it. Tonight on the dish, we have 2 mini dishes. First, Eileen made a new Manhattan. What are you drinking?
I mean, have you met me, Brooke? I think by this time in this series, we can safely say Eileen brought a Manhattan recipe.
What did you do in this one tonight?
So, this is what I made for my second TV series, Case of the Purloined Power Bottoms.
Excellent. I remember that one. It was a book first.
It was. Thank you. You've done your homework. It was a book
very
first.
Graphic.
It was crazy.
Lots of etchings in wooden panels.
Sensual etchings, yes. And
sensual, pornographic, really.
Yeah, few people know it was based on a true story. Remember that one time all the power bottoms just disappeared? All those sub tops were just left completely mid-sentence. Anyway, let's yeah.
So niche.
Anyway, this is a Brandy Perfect Manhattan. So normally,
which is coincidentally also my burlesque name.
Yeah, Brandy Perfect Manhattan. My middle name is Perfect.
Oh my God, Brandy P. Manhattan. Tagline: her middle name is Perfect.
Actually, there is a Brandy Manhattan.
Oh,
get in the chat, girl.
Oh my God.
Please confirm for the viewers at home that your middle name is in fact Perfect, because
it has to be.
It has to be. So, girl. Normally, a Manhattan is a whiskey or rye base. So you can use whiskey. If you want to get real crazy, you can make like a Canadian Manhattan. But, you know, we're not getting into that tonight. Normally, it's bourbon or rye whiskey. But you can also make it with brandy. And if you're not familiar with the grades of brandy, I'm not an expert. Let me give you a little tip. So, I like to say that VSOP will get you where you need to be. By which I mean...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're in our 30s. I think you can go like $10 up.
Yeah, exactly. That's the exact point. Like, you can get VP. VP is aged for 2 years. VSOP is aged for 4. And then XO, like, you don't really need XO unless you're trying to impress somebody. You know what I mean? It's too expensive. I am apparently not, like, cultured enough to taste the difference. So, like, go with VSOP.
I think that's the thing. I mean, I think very few people are. We're not a big brandy culture. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think this is? Jolly old England?
We would always have brandy in the house because my cousin Juan had a sangria recipe that called for brandy.
Oh, yum.
And it was always the cheapest brandy you could find and the cheapest, like, house wine. And he made it. This shit'll knock you on your tits. It is fucking insane. This I have made this sangria recipe. Shouts to anyone who survived the parties I've made it at. Because it is deceptive and fruity, and you will, like, we blacked out. Like, it was like the snake juice episode of Parks and Rec. Like, people were a mess. Woof. It was like a post-Comfest party when I lived with Bethany and Laura in Harrison West. No prisoners on that. Oh my.
Oh, Amanda Everett's in the house. Hey, girl.
Hi.
We love Amanda.
Team Amanda. I was just texting
absolutely. Her. Oh my gosh.
I was just texting her a gif of Blanche Devereaux from Golden Girls.
That tracks.
That
tracks. On both sides, you know?
Two sassy white
women.
Also,
can we just start like a Golden Girls group text? And also,
yeah, I'll start that. I'll start that tonight. Yeah. Just with gifts of Blanche Devereaux.
Yes. And also Charlotte Belland is here. Hey, Charlotte. We were just talking today, and she was like, tonight's cover dish night, and I was like, oh my goodness, it is, and I can't wait to see you there.
All right, well, let's get ready to alienate everyone with this photo I'm gonna share.
Okay. Well, wait, girl, really quick, not just to round out a thought here. So a perfect Manhattan, just so that you at home know, is that instead of using just sweet vermouth, it's equal parts sweet and dry vermouth.
Oh, that is actually really important.
Because it girl, tastes good. So this is a brandy base, equal parts sweet and dry vermouth with a little bit of Angostura bitters.
Thank you for catching that. You know me, I like to run on time.
Oh, and I fully appreciate a co-host.
I'm
who can
always
stay
in
on
black
track.
because I'm also the stage manager for Covered Dish. Okay, so.
We each have like 6 jobs.
Cut and post. Okay.
Yes.
So Eileen is going to share a photo. Let me know when it's up because apparently I'm terrible at life.
Oh, it's up.
And this is a photo you can see in the corner. It's from 1994, Halloween night.
Oh my.
I was 9.
Oh girl.
And
So
I was such an asshole of a kid.
Yes.
I wanted to be a no smoking sign. And my mom
so precious though.
Shit. Oh, I was the worst kid. I was so annoying. Like, if I saw an adult smoking, I would, like, yell lung cancer statistics.
Oh, my gosh. You committed. Because you were...
I did. I committed to the bit.
Because you were
I also committed to potentially getting, like, run over by a car because I was so terrible. So, my mom made the sheet and just cut a hole. My dad had a Budweiser trucker hat. He covered in chicken wire and aluminum foil. And then that's a 2x4 duct taped on a hula hoop.
Oh, wow.
So the head piece weighed about 45 pounds because it was like industrial chicken wire, like not the thin stuff.
Oh, stop it. That's so funny.
So eventually I had to drop the foil hat off at home and the hula hoop. And I walked around looking like a grand wizard from the KKK with my sister who was a nun and got no candy because everyone thought I was dressed as a Klansman.
Oh, no. Oh my God. I love the prop though. Please tell me you still carried the prop around.
Well, that was the problem. I didn't carry the hat because it was too heavy and the hula hoop was on my side.
Oh, okay.
So forget about it.
Well, I mean, if you just carry it on your shoulder, then it just looks like a hula hoop, right?
Right. And so it just looked like I was in the KKK and Jen was like, Sister Mary systemic racism. It was a nightmare. So just double check your kids' costumes when all the props are gone. Because they're kids and they're going to lose them or drop them or intentionally lose. You know what I mean?
Intentionally
just
lose
make
them.
sure.
She had just escaped from the convent. Wow.
And had run away with her petite lover.
Oh my gosh, girl. Well, you and I shared a series of very obscure, confusing Halloween costumes that nobody wanted to give candy to.
Oh my God, girl. Here's the thing. Okay, worst Halloween hookup.
Oh,
good.
The issue of the day. Let's get back to the important issues, the issues that matter.
The issues we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, worst Halloween hookup.
For me or for you?
For you.
Okay, so, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So this is actually the best and worst Halloween hookup I've ever had. I had sex in a graveyard.
Oh.
Which is one of my favorite sentences.
Love to see it.
I had sex in a graveyard on Halloween. I was with you at a house party. I don't remember whose house it was, but it was beautifully decorated. I mean, it was
Sabrina and Dee's in Old Town East. They do that Halloween party every year.
Yes. It was
I was dating someone who was like emotionally distant and not available, which is my type in the 20s.
My jam.
Like, come with me.
Yeah. I was dressed as a flapper. You were Wednesday Addams.
I'm Wednesday Addams every year. For the record, I'm Wednesday Addams.
That's fine, but also we set the night on fire.
Oh my God, yes.
And we married the night, And so we had an hors d'oeuvre, we like schmoozed, and then I was texting a tractor salesman named James because
like you do.
I have a type that is
Girl.
a problem. So I was texting James, and then I got an illicit picture. I got an illicit image in the midst of the party. And so, of course, I had let out like this I pierce the toast kind of scream. Because I didn't know what to do about it. I was like, ah! And then I was like desperate to find you because I was like, oh my God, this is happening. Because that didn't happen to me a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you want one. Like this was
never. Oh no, they're never when you want them.
This was not an unsolicited pic. This was definitely like we were moving in that direction.
Leading up to.
All but knocking on the door and going in. You know what I mean? Like we had reached a mutually agreeable moment. And I was very excited. I was trying to find you and I couldn't for some reason. And then
I was like trapped by some lesbian who was like, I don't know why I'm single. And was talking to me about it for an hour. And I was like, I know why.
Oh my God.
Talking about it for an hour. That's you can't do that.
Yeah, you were talking to someone who was trying to sell you a new backyard grill. You know what I mean? I know how.
Oh yeah, though that's big. That was big at that party too. Shouts to Sabrina and Dee, great parties. But man, everyone was always trying to sell you a grill.
Yeah, I know the dance. I know how the game is played. But anyway, so anyway, I found you and I was like, girl, I think I'm gonna go have sex in a graveyard. And you were like, girl, go get it. But also text me where you're gonna be. We have a system. Brooke, we've talked about it before. On this show, we have a system.
Right, but it didn't work. Because normally you text me the address with the coffin emoji, but you didn't know where you were going. Mm-hmm. And like, what are you going to text me the grave site? Like, Jonathan Quarles. Like, what are you? 1837 to 1882.
Yes.
Short life for Jonathan Quarles.
The Eileen Dover Memorial Cemetery. Right?
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yo!
Somewhere up in Lewis Center.
Oh my God.
Went up
so
to Lewis Center.
So far from where we were. So far from where we were. Yeah, I would not have been able to get to your body while it was still warm.
Okay.
For the record.
Fair enough. So normally the system is there is an address that is like it's
There is an address.
There is an address typically.
There's an address that is shared.
Yes. Followed by a coffin emoji, which means if something happens, this is where you can find the body.
Yes.
Dark, but also funny because that's how we deal with it. So we're fine. So anyway,
it's great.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut this in post.
And then you just know because knowing is half the battle. So I got in this guy's car, which was probably not the greatest idea. He picked me up from the party. I was like, hey, we can't go to my place tonight. Can we go to your place? And he was like, oh, we're, some excuse. Well, we both had excuses. It doesn't matter. This is not someone that I was like deeply invested in getting to know. We drive to a graveyard. It's dark. It's quiet. It's the perfect setting, right? And it's a little bit spooky because it was literally Halloween night.
And like the gates are open, which we can all agree, just as a shout out. Like I've seen a lot of children's scary movies only, just for the record. Mm-hmm. But like in Hocus Pocus, the gate to the graveyard, I think, is locked. Please chime in, audience. I am genuinely like, no, they're always locked. So what sort of like sorcery was on your side that night where a random graveyard on Halloween was open?
Girl, did you forget Alohomora? We learned it in first year. Hello, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Anyway, we got in. The gate, there was no gate, really. Or it was open. I don't remember, but we did not have to contend with a gate. So, I don't know. Apparently the spirits were like, ooh, we haven't seen this kind of action since 1842. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I'd be so scared like someone would fuck a spirit into me or something.
I was here for it. I was like, listen, if that's what's going to happen, like, I'm ready to make a new move in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sublease my body for some spirits. Kind of like, keep things kind of interesting, right?
So then that happened, and then did he drive you home?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. No, he drove me because I had my car at the party.
Oh, yes.
We drove separately, so he drove me back to the house and chime in, dear viewers, because if you have been in this situation, you need to have a safe amount of distance where you don't have someone drop you off at your actual residence.
Never.
You have them drop you off down the street or within a walkable distance, or in this case, it was perfect because he just took me back to my car. That wasn't my house, and then I drove home. And of course, safety precautions were taken because safe sex is safety. I mean, is sexy. Safe sex is sexy. Full stop.
We're going to get that sponsorship. I feel it. I really do. So I love that. I love that because I remember that party and I remember I was.
So here's why it was the worst. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because it was taking a risk, right? We do not recommend
a big risk.
Don't try this at home.
Big risk.
But also it was really cold. Because the car door was open and you're on the car seat and it's just it was like I let my usual standards down a little bit.
What you needed is a cape.
Oh.
You needed a cape.
So what we're really trying to say is the main takeaway here is just have a cape ready in the backseat of your car.
I think that's actually a good just takeaway. Like have more capes. I mean, just that.
Thank you. Thank you for confirming. Amanda says every time she's had sex in a graveyard, it's been open. So
What is happening?
See,
Why am I just feel like Disney lied. I feel it. Well,
Disney
I feel like
lied. That's the name of our show next year. Disney lied.
Disney lied.
Eileen Galvin and Brooke Cardis.
I just feel like, okay, yeah, but y'all are in these places that like are very safe in general. I feel like is it because they're not like city graveyards.
Well, that one was in Lewis Center, so does that make it more or less safe?
I mean, a trans woman in Lewis Center.
A trans woman anywhere, but I was,
right?
but I was gonna say I've seen Night of the Living Dead, and
yeah, but you know what? I see Night of the Living Dead, and there's fucking gates on the cemetery.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna do some research. Anyways, that is delightful. My story is not as delightful. So,
do tell.
I was on so I have 2 Halloween costumes. Wednesday Addams, when things took a turn, and like Wednesday Addams. So I have like sexy Wednesday Addams.
Wednesday Addams is ready to turn up. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not sexy because it's sexy. It's sexy because I haven't bought a new costume and it's too tight. So the skirt that like used to be reasonable is just kind of
Listen,
as my butt has gone out.
I don't buy that for a second, but also go on.
The skirt has gotten shorter. No, that's just statistically how butts work. They just get bigger as you get older. So
I've done the math.
Yeah, it's math. It's just math.
Mm-hmm.
So I like just passed the bar exam. I was like feeling my motherfucking self. You remember those like few weeks. Just nothing could touch me. And I found out I passed the bar exam in West Hollywood on Halloween night. I celebrated.
West Hollywood. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we're in WeHo right after passing the bar exam. So already I can see like dangerous choices are happening.
Oh my God. So here's what's so hilarious. I met up with my amazing like performer mentor, Dana Goldberg. Shouts to her if you've never heard of her, look her up. She's absolutely amazing. Buy her albums. They're awesome. And we got drinks. And she was like, hey, girl, are you going to move to LA? And that was my plan. And then I was like, but I passed the bar exam. Like, what do I do? She's like, fuck it, let's get drunk. Yeah. And she's like, fuck it, let's get drunk. So we had this great time, but like, we're both pretty lightweights, whatever. So I fly home the next day. We don't even really get that much into it in WeHo. We get a little shit. But
that is a matter between her and the Lord.
Then they'll praise him. But we get home and you came out with me and there was a comedy show where I did comedy and then I followed a college guy around to like 4 different parties that was like way too young for me. We're not going to use his name. And then like, and I'm in this like, and we're at these terrible dance parties, like in houses on campus. And I'm like 30. Like it is not a sustainable. I'm not quite 30, but anyways, I felt 30.
No, I mean, listen, if you're in your mid-20s and you're going to a college party, like, you know what I mean?
So we get to this one house and I'm just like, yeah, like I'm totally into it, whatever. Like I love it. It's great.
Oh, Kyle. I'm just imagining his name is Kyle.
And I talked to this other random guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked down to the basement to like get beer out of the keg. I'm not joking. Like it's so bad. Like in the basement, one of those old basements.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple hooking up on the washing machine. Like I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm like, I just need to get out of here. And he's like, well, let me walk you home. So I'm in my sledding Wednesday Addams costume. I followed a douchebag around all night. He's not paying attention to me. He ends up that night meeting the woman he marries. He met the woman he married pretty much that night. They were hanging out.
Oh, you win. Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, it gets worse.
Oh my God. I'm not ready.
The guy who walked me home, we like start hooking up, and then he flips out, tells me he believes in Jesus, can't believe I tempted him. I'm a whore. I'm the whore of Babylon, and Mary Magdalene, and God tests me.
Succubus, yeah.
All the things.
Abomination.
And I didn't force anyone's. Anyways, so then I sit down with him and I start on full like Ask Amy advice column mode, and I'm like, did you ever think maybe that Jesus wants you to have great sex and take care of your body? Like, I know it's out for me. I'm done.
This is the problem with you and I. We share this problem, Brooke, which is that we switch into therapist mode at the bar, and that is a problem.
I was worse. It was on my couch. It was on our couch.
It was on our couch. Also, fun fact, I now know who this is. But that is
And
a
no one else
detail.
will.
That is the
And no one
detail
else
just
will.
for us. That is just for us, girl. Cheers to that.
So
Mm.
I accidentally like stumble onto a Jehovah's Witness in the least likely location.
I tripped and fell onto a Jehovah's Witness.
Or he tripped and fell onto me and then made a big deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had tempted him, so that's why he made the moves he made. We've all been there, ladies.
I mean, at least you had agency. If you were the temptress, you have agency. Am I right, ladies?
Am I right? Take what you can get. Life sucks. Okay, so.
And that's feminism.
I was like, all right, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
He leaves. I am left alone. You're still in a graveyard. Here we are.
I'm still in a graveyard. You know what? We survived, and that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So,
Praise him.
Brooke, I applaud you.
That was all in one night.
Yeah, that was a lot. I was that literally the same night?
No. So that your graveyard night was the year after that.
Okay. All right. I was like, if that was
we
a night,
still lived together.
Yeah,
we didn't live together in the graveyard night because we drove separate. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, so that was the year before we lived together.
No, that was the year after.
Oh, you know what? I really need to get my timeline together.
I mean, I really don't think you do. No one cares, and certainly no one in this audience cares. I will say that, but my terrible experience was all on the same night. And I think you were still out at a show. Otherwise, I would have been like, girl. The next morning, I woke you up and I was like, girl. I like scratched at your door like Penny.
Oh my gosh, girl, that was my favorite. My favorite part of us living together was like the morning after when we'd come down, we would make our coffee and our tea or whatever we were drinking. We would just, like scramble some eggs and be like, let me tell you what happened last night. Or remember what happened last night because
or let's piece together.
Because frequently we spent the night together, which was lovely, at a show or something, and then we came home and got some Cane's Chicken and watched Bob's Burgers.
Oh my God, remember Cane's Chicken. Okay, so as we wrap up, I want to be very thoughtful about our time, dear listeners, viewers, readers.
Our time, not your time. I'm just kidding.
No, but I have some very special news.
Ooh.
Which is that next week we are celebrating our 40th episode. But we don't look a day over 30, girl! No!
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Next week is our 40th episode. Not.
So please join us. We are so excited. We're going to have some giveaways and some costumes and some fun. And we'd love to have you. And then, of course, you know what's coming up, which is my birthday at the end of the month. You know I'm such a Scorpio. So there's plenty of reasons to tune in. Please don't miss it. Maybe we'll get drunk and reveal the name of at least one of my failed hookups.
Oh,
you
yes,
are all
and more astrology.
amazing.
If you're gonna bring the Scorpio into it, we're gonna talk some astrology later too.
Girl, you can't help yourself.
I can't. I just can't.
I mean, where can they find more info on the dish?
Oh, well, they can follow us on Facebook. They can follow us on Instagram, and they can subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can go back and view all of the other 39 episodes of Cover Dish at your viewing leisure. And, yeah, that's it.
We nailed it.
We nailed it. We did it.
I have to vote for this for best look pre-40 episodes, but I know me and I know you, and the sky's the limit. So this might be in my top 5. We may have to do a contest of your best looks and do voter polls because I love them all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you Tuesday on the dish.
All right, bye. Stay safe, everyone, and remember to bring a nice blanket for the backseat of those chilly graveyard evenings for illicit encounters. Missed connections.
Don't do this if you're in Miami. You won't survive. Bye.
Bye.